Hello, everybody. It is Bonnie from Bonnie's Pretty Puppet Doll Nursery. How is everyone today? Oh, we hope you're feeling well, have been able to spend some time with those that you love, accomplish a few things you set out to do, and I certainly hope you've had a chance to laugh and play and joke and be yourself. Well, today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Oh, this whole weekend went by fast. Monday went by fast. I've been meaning to do this little tag for quite a while, but I didn't get around to it before I introduce the tag. Let me introduce you to our beautiful Romy Briar. Romy is just darling. She's such a little peanut. She is the Felicity sculpt by Gudrun Legler. I hope I'm saying that right. Her artist is Chris Hayden from Tiny Hearts Reborn. She is definitely a custom, and I just adore her. Her beautiful blue eyes and her auburn hair is so precious. She's wearing a newborn Carter's. It is a pastel pink, and it has the most cute little owls koala bears all over it. And she has little koala bear feet. She is holding a vintage stuffy. It is from Aunt Tammy over at Tater Tots Nursery. She sent it. And because of the size and the softness, Romy has been the one that has it most of the time. Well, as the title says, we're going to do a really cute tag about childhood dolls and toys. This tag was done by Jenna over at Doll Cure. If you haven't seen Jenna's channel, please pop over and see it. She has so many collections of all different kind of dolls. I do want to say before I start the tag that she said if you do not have dolls, don't worry. Just put toys wherever it says dolls, and you can answer the questions according to your favorite toys and what have you. So I have promised Jenna I would do it over the weekend. I never got to it, so I wanted to do it today. And like I said, I brought on my beautiful Romy Briar. So number one was, what was your favorite childhood dolls? Well, I had this probably about the size of Romy, a Thumbelina doll. You wound her up and she would move her arms and she'd wiggle a little bit, and I just adored her. So I would say my most favorite doll, although I loved all dolls, was my moving Thumbelina. I believe she was by Hasbro. A beautiful doll baby. And so she was my favorite. Number two, share a memory of one of your childhood dolls. Well, it would be the same baby. Thumbelina was beautiful, and she was a little girl, and my brother got a hold of her. I was the youngest, and he was a bully. No one else could bully me but him. And he wasn't terribly mean, just, a big brother. He cut all of Thumbelina's hair off one time, just leaving one little stump at the top. And I loved her so much, I decided to name her Frankie, and from then on she was a boy, and Frankie went everywhere with me. I mean, took him shopping. I took him to, the only place I wasn't allowed to take him was school, because they didn't like you to have dolls at school. But everywhere else I went, I was probably 6, maybe just turned 6. And one day I lost hold of Frankie, and I was devastated. We looked everywhere. We tore the house apart. We even asked my brother, "Hey, Wayne, did you hide this doll so that, you would tease Bonnie?" And he said, "No, Mom, I really didn't." And he even helped look. We looked everywhere. And then one day my mom was doing the dishes, looking out the kitchen window, and she said, "Bonnie, is that Frankie out there?" What happened is I was playing pretend picnic, and I left him out there like 4 days before that. Luckily, it didn't rain and it was nice weather. I ran out and I picked him up, and my mom remembers me saying, "Frankie, I'll never leave you again," and kissing him all over his face. So that is one of my fondest memories of my Thumbelina turned Frankie. Number 3, what type of dolls were you drawn to as a child? And she gave examples like Barbies, whatever. I was always a baby doll fan. I still am, although I do have some Barbie dolls now. Usually they're characters from a TV show. I also have some Disney Barbie dolls and all sorts of different collections, but I am still drawn to baby dolls. Any kind, any size, I just love them. You can hear I think you can hear my wind chimes in the background. I have the front door open. It's so pretty today. Number 4, what was a memorable childhood doll that you received as a gift? Well, I had two. I suffered asthma when I was a child, and I was often quite sick, especially around the holidays. So I remember one Christmas, my sister brought Patty Play Doll. I'm pretty sure that's what she was called. She was like a 3-foot doll that you could hold her hand and she would walk with you a little bit, very clumsily, but she could walk with you. She was almost as tall as me, and I was in heaven. I just went crazy because I always wanted like a childlike doll. So I got her a little bit early, and then for Christmas, equally as excited, was my Chatty Cathy. You pulled the string and she said several planned sentences that she would say. So my Chatty Cathy and my Patty Play Doll were my favorite, and it was at a Christmas when I was probably 5-6 years old. Number 5, do you still have any childhood dolls? No, I wish I did. I really do. But when I became a teenager and thought you couldn't enjoy dolls, I would rehome them. Like I remember giving Frankie to my oldest niece at the time, because that was way before I had even a thought of children, not to mention I had 4 boys, which I don't mind if boys play with dolls. My boys had My Buddy and they had dolls, but I gave her to my niece. And then a lot of my dolls I donated. I wished I hadn't now. I would love to have. Now, in the meantime, I have replaced a few, like way back when All in the Family was on, their baby, I can't even think of his name right now. The baby was born, it was the grandchild of Edith and Archie, and I had him as a child and I rebought him. But other than that, I don't have any of my older dolls. If availability and money wasn't a concern, which of your childhood dolls would you buy again and why? I think I would buy another Thumbelina. I don't even know if any still exist. I've never looked on eBay because I'm afraid of the price and I'm afraid I'd get hooked. But I think I would buy Thumbelina again. Probably name her Frankie because Francesca is a girl's name. And the only reason I could think I would buy her again is nostalgic reasons. So I would do that. Number 7, this was a really hard one for me because it said, which doll did you want as a child but did not end up getting? This is going to sound like I'm a brat, but I was the youngest of a very large family. And not only was I the youngest, but my mom kind of took a break in between my older sisters. Then she had my brothers, and then I was born years later. So not only was I the baby of the family, but some of my older sisters were working or they were in college. So I really didn't have a want for anything. During holidays, birthdays, I always got any doll that they saw on TV that I said, oh, I love her. And I'm grateful for that because I did have a wonderful childhood filled with many baby dolls that I'm sure have had an effect on why I want to have dolls now. So that is a tag by Jenna over at Doll Cure. I hope some of you will join in. I'd love to hear your childhood memories and what you did. And again, if you're not a doll collector, she said place toy in there. I have a favorite toy. It was a grandfather's clock. I think I've shown it before, that plays my grandfather's clock. And my mother sang me lullabies every night with that. And I found one years later and bought it. And it's the exact same clock, but of course not the one that I had, but the exact same year and everything. And I still have it to this day. So if you're not a doll fan, don't think you can't join in. Jenna, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for the tag. I really enjoyed doing it. It was a nice trip down memory lane. If you're at work, please come home safe to those who love you. And if you're at home, I know you're busy, but take some part of your day to put your feet up, to relax, to pamper yourself. And don't forget to eat chocolate. God bless you all. Thank you for joining us today. Aunties, uncles, loved ones, and friends, you've all become our family, and we just adore you. And Romy Briar, myself, and all the pretty puppets. Send love and hugs, and we will see you real soon. God bless.